Welcome back to Sunrise Today. Yes, indeed, we'll be talking about different matters. I mean, you saw that report. The police have since said, okay, we will hold on until the matter is over and done with. That is what the NBA has been saying all the while. So whatever other reasons they're giving, well, insofar as they complied with the ultimate decision, that's what that is about. We've got this morning Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo is a public affairs analyst, is a columnist, is a lawyer, is a politician. I should also remember, ADC. Good morning.
NWC.
Happy New Year. NWC of the ADC.
You know, good morning, Chamberlain. Good morning, Mewa. Good morning, viewers, and Happy New Year to all of us.
Yeah.
Such a wonderful year.
Absolutely. We hope to make it so. We hope it turns out so for a lot of people, if not everybody, because they all can have the same thing, can we? But, you know, these days, there are several decisions in the court about political parties. We'll come to that in a minute. But the president his spokesperson put up a statement the other day, a New Year message to Nigerians in terms of what to expect. So those who were expecting a broadcast, your hopes were dashed. But he did have that, he said he hopes to be a beginning of a more robust phase of economic growth in his New Year goodwill message to Nigerians. He talked about the economy, the progress they've made in the economy, how from that perspective, the inflationary figures, they say, have appreciated. We're talking about the agri sector, how they also intend to continue in that light and ensure that we have a lot more progress. Many view that statement from different perspectives. So let's get your broad perspective of what you make of that statement in connection with the reality on ground.
Well, the government of Tinubu cannot cease to continue to surprise me. Each time I think they've reached the limit of incompetence, they still blow that limit. First of all, that topic, 2026, marks the beginning of a more robust phase of economic growth. I was offended by that phrase, the beginning. Almost 3 years into the regime of a government, he's coming out openly to say he has not begun. The beginning to begin. And obviously it's an admission of failure because he has actually not begun anything. You saw how he embarrassed the world by saying that inflation has come down to 15%. Let me state that clearly. That's a white lie. Before Tinubu came in, the highest he could pay for flight ticket from Abuja to Enugu, give it even 50,000. So we were paying 25,000, that's something thousand. 15% means that you just pay like about 57,500 naira. But going to Enugu, I paid 250,000 naira flight ticket. That's almost more than 500% increase in inflation. And the president is sitting down in a New Year message telling Nigerians about the rebased fraudulent inflation figure, that it is 15%. It's embarrassing and very annoying. The best this government can even do is to speak the truth. And they say if you lie on a new year, on the first day of the year, you will lie throughout the year. That was what we were told when we were growing up. So I expect that this president is going to, and this government is going to lie throughout the year. Now, look at the speech. Let's talk about the security. In Plateau State, they were preparing for crossover, only to be attacked by terrorists. 8 persons confirmed dead. Of course, there will be more. They will never cross over to any other new year in their lives. More than 8 families are grieving now because of a government which, even with the help of foreign country, can still not do anything about insecurity. And the annoying thing is that they say this was after security report has reported that they were going to attack. In the southwest, the son of a traditional ruler was kidnapped. In Nasarawa, people went into where they were doing wedding and kidnap and kill people. Security is still very much, insecurity is still very much with us. So what is he celebrating the new year? And I'm sure he is staying in one hotel in one European country, frolicking with the foreign presidents and coming to speak from there.
Well, we don't know what
his speech is as alien as where he is now.
We understand that he's supposed to go for a summit.
Let me go on and tell you
in UAE
how this government has become destructive.
Yeah, before that, about security. What do you expect, especially with the intervention, or if I said it was a cooperation between Nigeria and the US with that bombing in Sokoto, what do you expect in terms of the outcome, having an end to terrorism?
Good. First of all, there is no cooperation between America and Nigeria. There is a compulsion from America. They're two different things.
Compulsion?
Yes.
Can that be?
If you do not take out these terrorists, who will come gun a-blazing to do it for you, what else can speak to the eloquence of the incompetence of this government?
No, but Africa,
for the first time in Nigeria, a foreign country will now come to help to save Nigerians from Nigerians.
Yeah, that may be the case. But
Good.
what about when Africa says themselves and
Yes.
several other people, even the Secretary of War, all of them say, look, yes, Nigeria did cooperate with them. So they didn't say it was
that is
compulsion.
what I am saying. After the threat, Goodluck Jonathan brought in foreign people under the sovereignty of Nigeria, and they took out the terrorists. 6 weeks to the election, they postponed the election, took out the terrorists, and we had the election throughout Nigeria. That is cooperation. But after the threat, so you know, before the threat, you know what Tinubu said? I will do this, I don't care what Donald Trump does. He made it in public statement. I'm like, what are you saying? Then Donald Trump now did something. And Tinubu, hey, sir, what do you want? Do you want to kill all Nigerians? Just leave me as president. It is ridiculous. Let me tell you.
Did you say
there is nothing wrong in cooperating with anybody, any country, in order to solve security problems. But in this case, they are giving you the instructions. We now have a new commander-in-chief of the armed forces in President Trump, not Tinubu, because Tinubu has failed. And he has admitted it, because he allowed America to come in to do what he ought to do. Do you know?
So you don't agree?
Before Tinubu,
you don't believe
Nigeria
that
was
Nigeria gave
doing
US
to the whole African countries what US is doing for Nigeria
so
now.
you don't believe that Nigeria, from what their statement is, they gave the states the intel to actually carry out that attack.
Believe that due to the incompetence of Tinubu, America compelled Tinubu, America compelled Tinubu to do what he ought to have done.
Okay, let's talk politics.
Okay.
Let's talk politics, because that was a lot to take in. P2B is now in the ADC.
And you are in the
Congratulations.
NWC.
Right?
Well, when
congratulations in order here.
Thank you very much. I remembered telling you in this studio that ADC is the only option for all opposition leaders. And I made 3 predictions. I said PDP, LP are dead. APC will implode. 2 have been completely settled. PDP, LP are dead. APC is already cracking up and will implode. That is why Tinubu is forming a committee of reconciliation. Do you reconcile what is okay?
They are planning ahead now.
No,
it's normal.
Reconciliation.
Reconciliation, because it's better to plan before the
call
quarrel.
it planning committee. So you are
plan reconciliation before the quarrel starts.
No.
And when the quarrel now cracks up,
The quarrels
party now start to create committee.
The quarrels are already there. Academic state by state is just because of time.
Okay, so let's go back to the ADC.
Very good. Oh, beautiful ADC.
Yes.
You know,
P2B is there now.
Yes.
Are you going to be working together?
Now, let me tell you. The Southeast obviously has become an ADC state. ADC geopolitical zone. Do you know what we say now in Southeast?
What?
Obondioma nanigi kaigeso obondio edisi ubani neso numunne obondioma nanigi kaigeso obondioma.
But you're assuming that they will give the presidential ticket to P2B. Why they don't give P2B that presidential ticket?
Let me tell you, anybody you see in ADC is allowed to get into ADC on one condition. You must be a true Democrat. One thing ADC will not compromise on is internal democracy and living on the tenets of democracy. No leader, no opposition leader was allowed to give conditions before entering in, because we want to exercise discipline. So that is why everybody took their time to come into ADC, because we want that foundation to be solid. Now Southeast is gone ADC, like I said, they will. Any other politician who is not in ADC, who wants to do any other party, is working for Tinubu.
Are you working?
It's as simple as that.
Are you going to work with Peter Obi? Because remember the last time.
He is an ADC member. We work with every ADC member. Be rest assured. Whoever emerges as the presidential candidate of ADC, I will work for the person.
Even if it's Peter Obi?
Why not?
Okay.
But I said this so many times. I don't have any personal rift with anybody. I am saying that when you come as a group, you bring your people as a group, you have more bargaining power. Southeast now has more bargaining power in ADC. So for the interest of our people, we must cohere and collaborate with other regions.
Even if Peter Obi doesn't get that presidential ticket,
yes,
even if it's someone else who gets it, the Southeast will still support that person.
Why not?
In your view?
Why not? Peter Obi himself said it in the X space. He said, look, he's going to work together with every ADC person in order that the best will get the job. In democracy, unfortunately or fortunately, the best becomes who the people choose. That is the principle of democracy. Government of the people. ADC kaigeso, so that's what's going on now.
What should the people expect in terms of ADC's method and style? Are they going to zone the presidential ticket to a particular area, or they'll make it free for all?
Now, I am a member of the NWC. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. I am aware that we have not made any statement as to zoning or unzoning. And so I am not qualified to talk on that. But we have made a statement on internal democracy that we are going to organize free, fair, and equitable primary election, giving all aspirants level playing field.
Well, Mr. Keyamo thinks otherwise. He thinks the ADC is afraid to zone it because the party is owned by one man, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So that's his perspective. And if that becomes the case, he will say, but I told you so.
Well, I think Keyamo should concentrate on the people that pull out the breast openly in open aircraft, and he has done nothing. He should concentrate on people who, the APC singers who come and obstruct the airport, and he did nothing. He will concentrate on Adam Soshomolo, who blocked airport, and he did nothing. But I think he should concentrate on those things. That's not poking his nose in ADC. No, they say remove the log of wood in your eye so you can see clearly, to see the speck in another person's
Isn't it the same way you predicted that APC would implode? So
yes.
He's given his own perspective too.
You know what they say? They said ADC was dead on arrival. Before we even started, they say we are dead. I was one who came out and said, how can something that is not born die? So you can see how we are flourishing on arrival.
Dumebi doesn't agree.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Dumebi Kachiku said, he doesn't agree with Obondioma at all.
Then he is in Obondioma.
He says that you people are Bondiojo because
he said
yes, because he says first of all that this whole coalition, he says it's illegal. Let's begin from there.
Very good.
He says you people came in through the back door. You are not the real people that own this party. They are the ones that were there. You came, bulldoze the place, and think that they would lay low and watch you do what you're doing. Right. They say they are going to be a thorn in your flesh. You're not going to be able to succeed.
Now, let me tell you, ADC loves everybody, including Kachuku. And we want everybody, including Chamberlain and Kayla. Good. But the truth here is that ADC has been in existence from 2005. I heard about Kachuku the first time in ADC when he himself bulldozed himself and became presidential candidate in the last election with his maybe 5,000 or 10,000 votes. So the issue here is this. What is he in ADC that will make him to give instructions? He's not a member of any executive at any level. Now he has been expelled from ADC. He does not have the local standing to talk about ADC. The only thing he can go to court now is to contest whether it is legal or not, his expulsion. Before he will even come to start talking about ADC. So when you want to tell me about ADC, let it be members of ADC that you will talk about.
And it's not only him. There are so many people that were in that party before all of you came in.
Sure.
And all of them are very upset about everything that's going on. They're saying, look, you're not...
You equally bulldoze your way.
Yeah.
Kella, I don't know where you got your information from. But, but I'm aware that the national chairman of ADC, Ralph Nwosu, is the one who voluntarily relinquished his post, and all the national executive members, and then admitted men that they believe are men of substance that will build the Nigeria of our dream. Have you seen him complain?
So Ralph Nwosu
try and withdraw that statement that all of them.
Ralph Nwosu.
I just gave you. Can you name other ones?
Ralph Nwosu created this party, right? He was the head of this.
Thank you.
Now,
the founder,
yes, but he didn't
the
want
national chairman.
Hold on now.
He
He wasn't running a political party by himself. He had people that were working inside.
Sure.
Now, Dumebi Kachiku and other people like him say that when Ralph Nwosu made that decision,
other people like him,
when Ralph Nwosu made that decision, that they were not carried along. Dumebi at least says he wasn't carried along.
Okay.
And then you want him to be okay with that. If someone did that to you, you would not be happy
No,
with that.
you said he said, and they said. Yeah,
How about this one? So, you know, Nafiu
I
Balago.
know that everybody, including him, was consulted. We do not leave.
So what did he say?
We did not leave anybody.
Did he agree?
Behind.
When you consulted him, did he say okay?
Very good. In law, fair hearing means you are given an opportunity to defend yourself, not whether you came to defend yourself. We mustn't agree in all things.
But at the moment,
So he was given the opportunity.
You got him
He was
behind him,
consulted.
I know you must have heard that a certain Nafiu Balagombe
Yes.
Yeah.
he's gone to court to challenge the interim leadership of Senator David Mark and claiming that his appointment alongside the secretary, Raul Faregbeshola, violated the party's constitution and the internal democracy process. So they say they will fight it to the end, that team, they are all imposters.
Yeah, that's still news. I treated this particular issue on this seat with Kelame.
But it hasn't gone off yet. The case is still
a
on.
lot of things are in courts. Some have lasted 15, 16 years. There's a case I'm handling from High Court. It's now in the Supreme Court. Started from 2008.
But not this type.
To us, we won it in Court of Appeal, and now they are in Supreme Court.
But this type of matter. In other words, you're not bothered by this kind of case. Whether you could even go against.
The court has no jurisdiction to interfere in internal affairs of political parties. It is settled. And you're saying one Nafi, do I know him?
You don't have to know him. It's in
No,
court.
that's what I'm saying. Everybody can go to court. You know, there's an open door. You know what? ADC will burn the
But how do you think that Nigerians will look at all those in the ADC now? For instance, if Peter Obi does not emerge as the flag bearer, the presidential candidate, there's a group of his supporters who think, listen, there is absolutely no way that we're going to settle for anything less than the presidential ticket, not a vice presidential ticket.
Good. Look, when you're moving into election, when you're moving into primaries, people say a whole lot of things. At times they say it as bargaining chip to know whether you can concede to them. These things are normal. I mean, I even heard when they were saying they will never enter ADC. And thank God they are all in ADC now.
No, we're talking about his supporters.
You know what I'm saying?
Voted him.
That is what I'm saying.
They can't enter ADC.
Hold on, I voted him, 2023. I'm in ADC. I believe in democracy. And I believe that democracy is the government of the people.
So you think all those other supporters will eventually follow your path?
Absolutely.
You know that there's a dynamic with Peter Obi where he has,
not follow my
people
path,
that
follow the path of democracy. Because if you decree that this person must be this, no matter what happens, you're not a Democrat.
So that's the dynamic that people are aware of. The fact that Peter Obi's they are called obedience. They don't belong to a political party. Their political party is the man. So if you're banking on bringing them, they're not going to join the ADC. We saw that with the Labour Party. Many of them didn't join the Labour Party. They just voted the man himself. Is that a dynamic that the ADC is ready to handle?
Well, you know, when I was in Labour Party, I said it was a tactical mistake. Telling your followers they can join all political parties. And I'm very glad that my brother Peter Obi, has changed the tactic. If you listen to his interview on X Space, he said all the obedience should go and register as members of ADC. So if you are an obedient and you're not in ADC, sorry, you're not an obedient. You are a disobedient.
That's a very interesting way to put it. Okay, well, we wanted to see if that actually happens. Now, let's talk about this year. One of the questions people have about the ADC, yes, we recognize all of your faces. However, are there structures in the states that can give you the kind of victory that you say you're going to get? You don't have a single governor. You don't have, I think you have one member of in the National Assembly who is not even, who is also among people that are angry with the party as well. Yes,
which
because
party?
The ADC, the lawmaker from Kogi.
No. That one has been expelled.
Oh, okay, he has been expelled.
Yes,
well, he says that expulsion.
He said he's working for Tinubu.
Yes,
openly.
he said he's working
anti-party. He doesn't even need to. In a country that has shame, he doesn't even need to come and say he's ADC member.
So the point is,
we are not PDP.
They are looking at the fact that what structures
I've told you people, we are not
levels.
Transgenderic in ADC. It's either you're ADC or you're not. You can't say you're PDP when you're APC.
But you don't have a lawmaker right now that is on your side.
I'm sorry, you're wrong. Senator Ireti Kingibe, senator from representing FCT.
Has she defected to
You're
ADC?
not current, Kela. Sorry.
So she left the LP.
All the Southeast legislators, Aberibe, all of them are in ADC. You know what? As the days go by, ADC
will start to swell.
And APC will continue to go down. They'll be going weaker and weaker, and we're stronger and stronger.
Another criticism that
until we enter the Asobila in 2027 by the grace of God.
State
very
structures
solid
to help you win.
Yes.
You don't have a single governor.
Yes.
Where's the money going to come from to run elections at all those levels in all these states?
All right. First of all, let me dissuade your assertion that money is only what you need to win elections. In 2023, we won 12 states, including FCT. We didn't have a governor.
That's
Labour Party.
Yes, we didn't have money. We got members in all geopolitical zones, 6, including some states. And that is the technically glitched election, technically glitched results, which if it had not been technically glitched, we would have gotten more. No other party got more than 12 states. So, coming now in 2027, where the whole coalition opposition leaders are coming into one. APC is gone. Tinubu is gone back to Bodilon. What happened in December 31st in Southeast has just made Tinubu now, the flight has taken away from Abuja and is nearing Lagos.
Is it not going to be an error or an error of judgment?
Yes.
If you're planning how you want to win based on the outcome of the 2023 elections?
Yes. How can it be an error?
Because right now, dynamics have changed.
No, for the better for us. Atiku, Itobi are in one party. Assuming you combine your votes in 2023, in 2027.
You're assuming that vote is still there. That voting block is still there.
It is only with your experience that you will add in your experiment and make your expectation come to pass. It is only the antecedent that you use to project. In America, when they're talking about presidential election, you will see them judge from the past election. So whatever you're going to judge in 2027, you must relate it to the past election. Tinubu got only about 36% of the votes, the minority. So if you combined P2B and Atiku's votes, that would have given them 13 million votes, as against 8 million doctored votes of Tinubu, gotten from technical glitch.
That's amazing, because the same election sheet, the same election results that came from the same organizer, you said the person who was doctored, the other two were not doctored.
Yes.
So they deliberately doctored one and left the other two.
Okay, now, in Lagos, Tinubu's hometown, we won. In his DG's home state, Plateau, we won. In his national chairman's state, in Nasarawa, we won. In FCT, he couldn't get 25% and jumped up to win the election.
Yeah, well,
in Lagos State, PDP spokesperson, not LP spokesman, say we won by almost 1 million votes. Of course, we didn't have agents. That was our bad. That was our mistake. And that is why the coalition, working together, is going to sort out all those things. And all those logistical problems will not be there. And Nigerians will celebrate polling unit independence. If you are let me state it clearly, don't go near INEC to seek job there. If you go to a polling unit and not declare the result and transmit it electronically according to the law, if you do it, that is civilian coup against the will of people.
What if there's a glitch?
That is felony.
But there can be a glitch.
No, you would have declared it. If there is a glitch, you have just glitched your life there. So don't glitch anything.
But we're all in the same country where sometimes we see glitch by
all
by itself.
Glitch cannot happen that you have 3 elections at the same time, using one machine at the same time, beavers. And glitch will not glitch senatorial election. It will not glitch House of Rep election. And it will go and glitch presidential election.
The main test of the
You have just glitched your life.
The elections in February, you know, the FCT AMAC election. So with Iwetikingibe, a member of the ADC now, you know, we'll be seeing how the ADC will show.
Test yourself.
In that election here in Abuja.
You know, not really making excuses for ADC. We are going to participate. But let me state it clearly. All the candidates there, we are not put there by the David Mark-led ADC. The candidates had already been there before we even came in.
For the FCT elections?
For the FCT election.
Meaning?
So that's separate. Meaning that we are going to campaign. But meaning that...
You will lose.
No, I'm not saying that. But meaning that if we had come in, it is possible some of the candidates wouldn't have been our choice. And I want to be very open about it. Ahead. So do not judge us by what is going to happen in February. And I'm talking about the David-led ADC. But that does not mean we are not going to do our best to campaign.
So your best might not be good enough.
No. The best of the candidates already there.
It's not about the candidates or about the party.
No.
Those who are supporting the party.
No.
The Democrats, like you say, in the party. Pull your weight and let's see what you can do.
These two things go hand in hand. I can guarantee you that in 2023, it was not a vote for party in Labour Party. It was a vote for candidate. That I can guarantee you.
So it might be the same template.
No, I said generally, candidates matter. Generally, parties matter.
Okay.
So, but when the two of them are sophisticated, working together, you produce the best result. So I cannot guarantee you that, I will guarantee you that ADC will do its best and may win some of the councils, may, on the line.
But they may not perform as you may expect.
May, on the line.
Okay.
May.
People will say you've already thrown in the towel.
It's not possible. We are, let me tell you, we are going to do our best. I am somebody that will tell you the way it is. I'm sorry, but that's my nature.
Okay.
All right. We'll see how that one plays out, and then the build-up to the big one, because this year, I mean, whether we admit it or not, there will be the build-up for 2027 will be this year.
That is the election that you will judge us with.
Okay.
Any election that is coming after the David Mark-led ADC has come in, you have the right to judge us on that.
So, all right. We'll see how all of that plays out. So thank you for coming on, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, and again, all the best for the year.
Thank you.
Well, back in a moment. Stay with us.